Hello, this is the introduction of naming acids. And acids are substances that, when broken down in water, produce hydrogen ion. It means that hydrogen itself is released in the substance. So an acid is a substance that has hydrogen. And I repeat, when it breaks down in water, when it dissociates in water, hydrogen ions are produced. And there are two types of acids. There are the ones that are made of only two elements, most times, and the ones that contain more elements, and we'll deal with those later. So let's call this part one. Let's call this binary acids naming. Part one. Naming acids, in this case, binary acids. And binary acids are substances that contain hydrogen and another element. Okay. And the prefix hydro is used to name the substance, and the word acid is used at the end. The binary acids contain no oxygen in them. I repeat that. The binary acids contain no oxygen in them. Let's do some examples. Hydrogen itself has a charge of 1, and although I said it is a non-metal, it has a charge 1 positive. If I combine that with, let's say, chlorine, okay, combine that with chlorine, I end up with HCl, because the chlorine is charged of 1 and the H is charged of 1 positive. So although I could name this hydrogen monochloride, in the sense of naming an acid, it is called hydrochloric acid. If you notice, I use the prefix hydro at the beginning because it is a binary acid, and the word acid at the end. And yes, like I said, I could name this hydrogen monochloride, which is the compound name in a covalent sense. However, if the question asks you name the following acid, then you name this hydrochloric acid, because hydro is used in the prefix, it is a binary acid, and the word acid is used because it is an acid. Let's do another one. Let's name this acid. Of course, it always has to be with hydrogen plus 1, and let's use, in this case, S for sulfur, charge of 2. When I combine these two elements, I end up with H2S. Okay, and since I have hydrogen in the compound, it is an acid because it breaks down and dissociates, giving up hydrogen. So we name this acid hydro because it is a binary acid made of only two elements, hydrosulfuric. Hydrosulfuric acid because it is made of two elements, one of them being sulfur. And let's correct some misspelling over here. It should be U. This is sulfur, so it is hydrosulfuric. And this is naming binary acids. Of course, acids are substances that, when broken down, dissociate hydrogen ions. You've got to be careful whenever you use any substance, any element, sorry, to make an acid. You have to carry out the charge. In this case, charge of 3, 4 nitrogen, the charge of 3, 4 phosphorus. If I have to make selenide or hydroselenic acid, it is, of course, charge of 2 because it is under this group 16 or 6A, which is 6, sorry, let me rephrase that, not 6 valence electrons, yes it is, but it is a charge of 2 negative. So any element under this will be having a charge of 2, and the 2 is transferred to hydrogen. Of course, we know this is 1, and the non-metals in this are negative 3, okay, because they would gain 3 electrons. Let's do one more just for practice. Let's pick on bromine. And let's erase this. Working with bromine, and bromine has a charge of 1 because it is in group 17. Therefore, we have the element, as usual, hydrogen, because that makes the acid, plus combine that with bromine charge of 1, and we combine this to give you HBr. And if I have to name the acid, this is hydrobromic. Hydrobromic acid. And I emphasize that the word hydro is used, or the prefix hydro is used, and the word acid at the end. This is binary acids. I hope this helps you out.